What's up, everyone? It is NFL Week 13, and I've got another NFL trend report for you guys. 6 more undefeated NFL trends that are active this week. We're going to get right to them. And as always, guys, please never make a bet based on any single trend. If you're using trends as part of your handicapping process, I recommend that you look at what you feel are the relevant trends for each game and weigh out those relevant trends and see if they weigh out more heavily one way or the other. For our first trend this week, we're going to look at the Kansas City Chiefs, and we're going to go back to last season when they're coming off a game that they won by 14 or more points. We'll hit the SDQL button, and you can see that despite being 5-2 straight up, the Chiefs are 0-7 against the spread, losing to the spread by an average of just over 8 points per game. This is active on Sunday with the Chiefs visiting the Packers. I love the handicapping rationale behind this because I'm a buy low, sell high kind of guy. So we are definitely selling high on the Chiefs coming off a 2-touchdown plus win. So let's go right to trend number 2. And if you haven't already, I ask that you please hit that subscribe button. Also, hit the bell for notifications so that you are notified immediately when I drop a trend report on this channel. For this next trend, we're going to look at the Rams. We're going to go back to October 27th of 2019 when they are a favorite and when they are coming, or their opponent, actually them, when they're coming off back-to-back games where they allowed their opponents less than 100 rushing yards. So this would be previous opponents' rushing yards were less than 100, and previous opponents' rushing yards less than 100. So it's the Rams as a favorite since 10-27-19 when they are off back-to-back games allowing less than 100 rushing yards. We'll hit the SDQL button. And you can see that the over-under is 0-9. No overs, 9 unders. These games stayed under by an average of close to 10 points per game. Love that margin. And you can see that this is active on Sunday when the Rams host the Browns. So let's just keep on moving here. We're going to go to trend number 3. And if you haven't already, I ask that you please hit the thumbs up to like this video. I would greatly appreciate you doing so. For this next trend, we are going to look at the Lions. We're going to go back to last season. And game number is greater than 8. So basically, that's pointing to the second half of the season. So their 9th game on. When they're facing an opponent whose average completion percentage on the season is greater than or equal to 61%. And the line is, it says greater than -8. So that means as long as the Lions are not a favorite of -8 or more. We'll hit the SDQL button. And you can see that despite an average line of Lions +1, they're actually 6-1 straight up, 7-0 against the spread, covering the spread by more than 13 points per game on average. And this is active on Sunday when the Lions visit the Saints. And that brings us to trend number 4. And if you have any trends or angles that you want me to look up, situational stuff that you want me to look up for this weekend's NFL games, drop those requests in the comments and I will get to them as soon as I can. If you have any trends or situational angles that you found that apply for this weekend's games, drop them in the comments as well. Everybody would love to see those. We are going to now look at the Steelers. Just this season, when they are playing with less than 7 days rest. We'll hit the SDQL button. And you can see that the over-under is 0-7, no overs, 7 unders. These 7 games went under by an average of 7.5 points per game. And this is active on Sunday when the Steelers host the Cardinals. And again, you can see the average score here, Steelers 14.6, their opponents 16.7. So 31.3 total points scored on average in this set. And that brings me to my fifth trend, and actually it's the last trend. The last thing I'm going to go over isn't really a trend. We'll get to that in a minute. For this fifth trend, though, before I get there, just want to let you guys know real quick. I am number one all time at WagerTalk in profit from college basketball first half totals. I do have a college basketball first half totals 3-pack ready to go right now on my page at dbbets.com. You can see it's right over there on the right-hand side under today's plays. And, I did have a losing day yesterday. Full disclosure, my college basketball totals went 1 and 2 yesterday. Losing days are going to happen. Doesn't matter who you are. Best time to buy a handicapper is when you have a long-term handicapper, a long-term winning handicapper that's coming off a losing day. That's the case for me today. We're going to bounce back strong tonight. These plays usually go for $25 each, so that would be a $75 total if sold separately. But I'm giving you all three of these plays today in one package for just $29. It's a savings of $46. Head on over to dbbets.com right now and grab that College Hoops Totals 3-pack for tonight. And that tonight being Friday, I'm recording this on Friday around noon Eastern. Let's go now to this next trend. And actually, like I said, this is technically the last trend for the video, as the last thing I'm going to do isn't technically a trend, so to speak. We're going to look here at the Commanders. We're going to go back to the 2020 season when their streak is less than or equal to -3, and streak refers to their win-loss streak. So a less than equals -3. If it's negative, it means it's a losing streak. If that number is positive, it refers to a winning streak. So this is telling us we're looking for the Commanders when they have lost at least their last 3 games in a row. And we're going to hit the SDQL button. And you can see that the over-under is 0 and 11. No overs, 11 unders. These 11 games went under by an average of 8.77 points per game on average. And you can see that this is active on Sunday when the Commanders host the Dolphins. And that is going to bring me to the sixth part of this 6-pack for today. And technically, this is not a trend. This is a league-wide angle, as I like to call it. Some people call it a system. I prefer the term angle. It's a league-wide angle. So any team that fits all of these parameters is going to qualify. It does not point at any one team in particular. So for this league-wide angle, we are looking for teams that are coming off a game where they only got 30 or less rushing yards, and their opponent for this game is coming off back-to-back games where they rushed for 150 or more yards in each, and the total for this game is 42 or less. We're going to hit the SDQL button, and you can see that the over-under is 0, 10, and 1. No overs, 10 unders, 1 push. These games stayed under by an average of a little better than 10.5 points per game. I love betting unders. I love when I can find a league-wide angle with a margin of double digits. So I love this angle right here, and it is active this Sunday when the Jets host the Falcons. Already low total here, I know, 33.5. But if you look in the history of these plays, we've got a few games here in that same ballpark that stayed under the total. And it could very well happen again in this Jets-Falcons game, as that is what this league-wide angle is recommending, the under Jets-Falcons. And that, guys, is going to do it for this week's NFL Trend Report for Week 13. Again, don't forget to head over to dbbets.com, grab my deeply discounted 3-pack of college hoops totals for Friday. And as always, best of luck on all of your wagers this weekend.